this video, I want to walk through an idea, a strategy that you can use to tap into new areas of demand, generate cash flow, and put new offers out to the market without having to create any new stuff. But a really quick introduction to those who are new here. My name's Danny. I'm a writer and a content creator. I grew my last content business to 6 figures. It's getting millions of views a month, generating 5-figure months. But then at the end of 2023, it all kind of came crashing down after a big algorithm update, followed by a shadow ban. Now I'm trying to rebuild by sharing what I've learned over the years, including in the last couple, where I've been doing a big deep dive into basically how to run a really simple and robust business as a creator. So I'm really trying to help creators succeed fundamentally, avoid all the mistakes that I've made in the past, but also hopefully benefit from the stuff that I've learned over the last 2 years in terms of building a really efficient and robust business. Thank you so much for watching this. I really appreciate it, and I hope you get lots of value from it. So with that said, let's get back into this strategy. So the first online business that I created was an Amazon FBA business. And one thing you could do there with your listings, you could either sell your products in individual listings, or you could combine those products to create a new one. It was called a bundle at the time. The idea being that by combining the two products, you could create something totally new to put on Amazon and potentially tap into a new area of demand, make more money, stand out a bit more clearly on the sort of mass of listings that were already inevitably on Amazon, and essentially increase your chances of making a sale. The best part of it is that you weren't having to create anything new. You weren't having to source new product. You would just combine products that made intuitive sense to put together into a single listing. And you would make more money by doing that. That was the whole point. Similarly, in the creator or coaching consulting space, if you're selling information online, you can do the same thing. I call it combos and cutting, or combos and cuts. If you're selling anything online, be it products and or services, one thing that can happen is that over time, if you're making the same offers, if you're inviting people to buy the same stuff over and over again, eventually they're going to stop paying attention. They're going to lose some interest because they know what's coming. They know what the invitation is going to be. And like anything, I think it's part of being a human that things that are familiar stand out less. We've kind of adapted to them and we stop seeing them. It reminds me of ad blindness. So in the same way that you might scroll down a web page and just totally not see the ads that are inevitably lining them, your brain just filters them out because it's so accustomed to seeing them. If you're making the same offers over and over again, the people who are receiving those offers can eventually phase them out and stop seeing them. They know what's coming. The flip side of that is that if you present something new to the market, they're going to pay attention again. Or at least if they don't know what's coming, they'll still be paying attention to the offers you're going to make, because it's become unpredictable, and anything that is unpredictable commands our attention more. So this combos and cutting idea speaks to that problem, but I think it becomes easy to assume that in order to make a new offer, you have to make new stuff. You have to create something new. But that isn't actually the case. I mean, one thing to understand is that offers and products are different. So whereas a product is what someone actually gets, be it the ebook, the course, the community, whatever it is you're actually selling, the offer is the packaging around it. It's the way you present that product or those products to the market. The implication of that is that you can sell the same stuff in any number of ways by packaging them in new offers. This speaks to another point of seeing everything that you create as an asset, or prioritizing the creation of assets. So you can capitalize on this idea that you can sell the same stuff you already have, in a different way. Another thing to keep in mind before I get into the actual strategy is that people value different things. They want different things based on their individual outlook, priorities, needs, problems. All of these different factors come together and mean that people will want different things from you. I think one of the things that creators who are selling stuff online can do wrong is that they stick rigidly to what they're trying to sell. They keep their offers the same. And so as valuable as what they're selling might be, they're only ever going to tap into a particular area of their market who need the solution that they're selling in the way that they've packaged it. And so I think once you realize that different people in your market want and need different things, they value different things, you can then take it upon yourself to try and meet those needs in different ways. It's something I call meeting the market. So you make different offers to tap into the different levels of awareness in the market, but also the different perspectives on value that exist too. Because in so doing, you tap into segments of the market that you haven't tapped into currently. It's a key way to create an efficient audience, which means that you don't need a huge audience in order to sell your stuff. You end up monetizing a much higher percentage of your audience, but also earning much higher revenue per average audience member. In a nutshell, what all of this means is that you can make more money, you can have more of an impact, you can attract more clients, make more sales without adding complexity to your business. You can take what you already have and repackage it. You kind of make offers to explore what people want, to identify what people are valuing, because ultimately we don't know that from the outset. You only ever know if your offer is something people want by putting it out there. And so that's all we're doing here with this idea of combos and cutting, which I promise I'm about to get into. We're acknowledging that people value different things, and then we're taking it upon ourselves to use what we already have to tap into that demand that we might have left untapped so far. And in the process, we can grow our business with significantly less effort. And so that leads us to the strategy itself, combos and cuts. So just as people would do in their Amazon business, one thing you can do is combine the different things that you're already selling into a new bundle or combo to create a new offer. Then you'd package it into a new offer. You could create a story around it, why you're putting these products together at this particular time and selling them as they are. So if I was going to give you an example of this, I have a product that I put together on Notion. It gives you a prompt that you could use to create content around and save some time in the process. Then I also have a product called the Magic Post Machine. It helps you take any type of post that you have put together already and distribute it across social really efficiently. So you might be able to take maybe a simple Twitter post or a Threads post and turn that into posts for Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever. And so you end up with a really streamlined content creation process to, again, save time, which ultimately is what I'd really like to help people do. So I have these two individual products and they're two individual offers. I've packaged them in a way that they're separate offers, but I can then bring those two things together to create something new. So suddenly you don't just have a product that gives you the idea. Now you have something else that will help you take that idea and distribute it really efficiently. So I could package that into something, I don't know, I'd give it a name. I'd give it all the stuff that an offer needs to succeed, and then I'd release it to the market to see if people want it. So in the same way that people might want them individually, I would imagine there are going to be people who want them together, but until I put them together and make that offer, I don't know. The flip side of that is cutting. So we've got the combo, we can create a new offer by combining things together. So we also get cuts. And I kind of think of it kind of like a cut of meat. So a butcher starts with a big slab of animal and cuts away at it to get the individual cuts. It's not a very nice analogy actually, but hopefully the message lands. Like you take the big thing and then you cut away at it to get new individual components. So look at what you're already putting out to market and say, what is this comprised of? And can I strip anything away to create something new? For example, you may have an entire content creation course. Someone who's already a content creator might not want the whole thing, but they may want the module that you've got in there on hooks. And so if you strip that out, package it as something new, you take what you've already got and sell it as something new and potentially get a new customer as a result. So that's combos and cuts. I hope you find that useful. I hope you can take that information and use it to sell more stuff, basically, but to do it in a way that helps you get the best bang for your buck from what you already have, like without actually having to make anything new. Meet the market, find out what people want, tap into areas of demand you haven't done already, and yeah, grow your business with less effort. If you are already putting offers out into the market, but you're not quite getting the results you want, check out the link in the description. It goes to something I call the Offer Unlock, which is a really simple diagnostic tool that I put together. Use it to identify missed opportunities in your offer and potential holes that could be hamstringing its success. It takes 5 to 10 minutes. It's really easy and totally free. So click that link, check it out, and I hope you get value there too.